First of all, man, we have the anniversary
Mm.
of trap music. 20 years
Yes.
of trap music.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it because you're the one that coined the phrase that made, this form into a genre.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
What was your thoughts behind when this first popped off?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, going into making that album, it was really just we wanted to memorialize and commemorate the time we spent and the experiences we gained, the lessons we learned from our activity as teenagers. Um, and a lot of people, they played sports or they have like memories of locker rooms and traveling and playing AAU ball, and we just happened to do something different. And just like there's a lot of people who played ball as a teenager, just as many people who engaged in certain activities as a teenager, and still a lot of people who going through it right now that just need to hear that there's a way out. Just need to have an example and understanding that it's still potential to prosper on the other side of this. So I mean, so going into it, man, I just wanted to represent me, my partners, my city, and people who lived the way we did, and just make a mark. And I think it did that so much that we found it. There were other people who was like, hey man, I got similar experiences. I want to represent for my people. I want to represent for my where I stay, my region as well. And I think those stories were so honest and genuine, and the war on drugs made it to where everyone in some way, shape, form, or fashion has been impacted by the drug trade.
Nice.
So these stories are going to be relatable
Yeah.
to so many people, whether you sold them yourself, whether you had parents that were on them, whether you had uncles and aunts that went to prison for them. Some way, shape, form, or fashion, everybody in this country has been impacted by the drug trade. And as refugees of the war on drugs, we I think we have a right and an obligation to share these testimonies. And I think trap music was just kind of the catalyst. And after trap music, so many others have made phenomenal contributions, and just allowed it or enabled it to evolve, into such a worldwide phenomenon.
Where did the term come from?
Trap or trap music?
The trap.
The trap, I have no idea. I mean, it was just something that it was just slang for real. Sort of like just like other things, no cap. Like just you in the community, whether you're in school or moving around, and you just start hearing people say certain things, and it just becomes entered into the lexicon.
Gotcha.
And it was I think this was no different around late 80s, early 90s. You know what I mean? I think that people just started saying, yeah, man, over there in the trap, that place is a trap. It's not. And I think it was kind of like a way to say, I believe the first time I heard it was kind of like a way to say, like, a rundown, hole in the wall kind of, you know what I mean? That place is a trap, But then it became synonymous with, where felonious activity was
in Jeezy's book, he says the trap is anywhere you're getting money. Is that fair?
I think that it has evolved into that. Yeah. I think it has evolved into that, definitely. Wherever the drug dealer's office.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Where they conduct their business, and have they meetings. You know what I mean? It's their place of business.
Right. It's interesting when we speak about the origins of words in hip hop because we use a lot of words. Cap. A lot of people use we all use words, but we don't necessarily know where they come from. Even the word ice, how we refer to diamonds as ice, that comes from Raekwon and Ghostface.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of people don't know that.
Bling bling.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know,
cash money.
Cash money. Exactly. Bling bling. You know, cream. You know.
Yeah.
That's the woo. You know what I mean? The money. But you know, so we use a lot of terms that we don't necessarily know, and that's what hip hop is. We take something and make it ours.
Sure. I think that, you know, the great thing about hip hop is, you know, and I just like think about it. So we all know that we were, well, some of us were taken from our homes and habitats in Africa, and where our ancestors were, at least, and you know, and we're forced to come over here and stripped of our cultures, our languages, our religions, our traditions. You know what I mean? And we became a people that lacked identity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we lacked so much identity, it went to a place where, you know, a lot of us adopted the identities and the cultures of our captors.
Yeah.
And us not knowing a lot about our ancestry, us not knowing a lot about our historical background, us not knowing a lot about the traditions and the cultures of you know, the villages and the place where we truly come from. We created our own culture.
Right.
We created our own language. We created, you know what I mean? And now, you know, once you push forward 50, 100 years from now, hip hop will become the culture that identifies and distinguishes our people. The people that were without culture and without traditions and without their own language, you know what I'm saying? I think, and that's the beauty of it, you know. It gave so many people an identity and a way out.